Good morning, boomers. The voice of the blockchain, Satoshi's big cousin, crypto's finest champagne crypto. Thank you for tuning in. Do I have an echo again? Let me know if you read me loud and clear. It's the voice. Ether 2.0 anticipation is building. Blockchain is outperforming Bitcoin. I'm seeing Ether outpace Bitcoin slightly. I'm stacking these ETHs as we have all year, and we will continue to do so. I want to look at ETH and see if we got to look more into that, as well as the projects along that blockchain. Ether 2.0, we had Vitalik sent over 3,200 Ethereum to the contract in anticipation for the stake that I heard is going to unlock sometime in December. They need to achieve a certain amount of deposits in that contract before they unlock, but that seems to be what's going on. Let me know if you read me loud and clear. I'm getting a bit of an echo here on my side. Could you read me? 1, 2. That should be good. 1, 2. All right. Yeah, drop a comment. Shout out to everybody there on D Live, and we'll be running down the numbers and giving you guys the daily updates out here. As the Wall Street Journal is reporting, McConnell backs Trump in not conceding election. Now, I'm not sure if you guys remember Al Gore versus George Bush, but Gore was the president-elect for 30 somewhat days before the Supreme Court intervened and named George Bush the winner. So listen, the game's not over here. I mean, you know, it's not looking good for Donnie and friends. But certainly there is a small possibility here. You never know. And let's see how this all pans out. The markets seem to be continuing to move. You can see markets right now basically steady. S&P there at 35.49, basically trading sideways. You got Dow there at 29.408. This is after a major rally yesterday. Once Pfizer announced that a potential COVID vaccine may be 90% effective. Now, whether I believe that or not is not the topic at hand, but certainly the market seemed to react positively. Crude oil is up a lot at $41, up almost 2%. The currency's dollar is holding steady. What's most interesting to me is the bonds have been ripping. 10-year yield there at 0.95, almost at 1. This thing has been steadily climbing. I mean, just the other day, it seems like it was at 0.7 or 0.8. And in one day, we saw about a 15% increase. That means a lot of money's moving out of the debt markets, and there's cash. Now, whether this cash, I don't know what's going to happen with this cash. We'll see. Maybe it goes back into the bonds. Maybe it goes back into the stocks. But right now, people pulled out the bonds, and these rates are going up. Okay, and you can see the most volatile stocks right now, the active stocks. And then, of course, Bitcoin holding steady there at 15,275. Still seems like it's following the stock chart, basically. You know, stocks are sideways, and so is Bitcoin. Bitcoin is outperforming almost everything, though. But it seems to be directly correlated with the trends of the stock, but outperforming nevertheless. 1 year, Bitcoin's up 74%, and year to date at 112%, continuing to rip. Technicals look very strong. And let's look at these ETH technicals as well. Because ETH right now outperforming Bitcoin. And I've been saying it for a while. You know, don't sleep on ETH right now at 0.029 Bitcoin. This thing, in my opinion, it could easily go over 0.05 Bitcoin, and maybe even to a tenth of a Bitcoin, 0.10. Okay, I'm more interested at the price of Ether compared to Bitcoin than the dollar USD price. But yeah, look, I mean, you know, back in September, this thing went to 0.04. Okay, so right now, I still think that compared to Bitcoin, ETH is still a good buy in my opinion. Now you're going to see, you know, things going up. Technicals are reading sell though, so it's something to keep in mind. Technicals, I believe, for the 1 day are reading sell. The 1 week are reading sell, and also for the 1 month are a little more favorable. But I wouldn't be married to these technicals. I don't think the technicals reflect the rumor of the ETH 2.0 that is baking in the oven right now in that smart contract. And the tides may quickly change if and when they unlock that ETH 2.0. So, you know, I'm going to be getting more ETH. I'm going to be honest with you guys. I like it, 0.029. I definitely feel like this is in a trajectory to go to 0.05. Okay, again, I'm not supported by the technicals right now. So, you know, this is only my opinion. I'm not anybody's crypto daddy. But, I mean, look at these charts right here. I mean, I feel like ETH should be at least like at 0.035. So, you know, I feel like, you know, the trend is up right now. And let's see how it all shakes and bake again. You know, notice right now the technicals are not favorable, although I believe the climate's favorable with this rumor going on. And it's a little bit more of a rumor. You actually have Vitalik moving ETH into a contract. And let me see if there's a... Yeah, let me see if, the CoinDesk has a ETH 2.0 deposit. Contract is now live. You can see that this is the actual contract. It has 50,000 Ether, but I think they need to get over. Okay, let me see here. Does it say how many ETH are going to be required? On a practical level, Ethereum stakers can now begin depositing 32 ETH required to stake on ETH 2.0. Once 16,384 validators have deposited funds equivalent to the total of 524,288 ETH into the contract, the beacon chain, the spine of Ethereum 2.0's multiple blockchain design, will kick into action in what is called the Genesis event of Ethereum 2.0. And this is what we're waiting for. This is the speculation. This is the rumor, the Genesis event that we're all waiting for. Stakers will begin earning inflation rewards after the Genesis event by placing their Ether as collateral on ETH 2.0. Staking rewards are reasonably high compared to other investments, coming in between 8% to 15% annually. Okay, so, you know, we're just waiting. We got to get 16,000 plus validators and 524 ETH into the contract before this thing moves on to the next stage. I mean, we're still, you know, only at 50,000 ETH at this moment. Okay, so we're about 10% there, but you can see, you know, in real time, these things, you know, people are depositing. So I heard somewhere that this thing, you know, it could take like another month to achieve its goal or whatever, but let's see. I'm not going to read this whole thing, but I'm going to link it to the chat box right now. Drop a comment. Let me know what's shaking and baking. Let me know if you read me loud and clear. Shout out to everybody on D Live. I'm throwing lemons in the chest right now. Kaboom. So yeah, we need 500,000 ETH in this contract. We're only at 50,000, about 10% there. Is there a nice countdown timer clock or something like that? Yeah, is there a countdown? Let me see, Ethereum 2.0 countdown maybe? Yeah, I'm coming across the article, but I'm not much on actual visual countdown. But you could see the contract. The contract's over here. It has 50,000 ETH and it needs 500,000. So it'll take a little while. Keep an eye on the contract. Let's go ahead and run through CoinGecko over here and see what's going on. Hit refresh. Drop a comment. Let me know what's shaking and baking. I was getting a little echo there at the beginning. I think I fixed that. Let me know if you hear me loud and clear. We got 5 crypto maniacs on live right now, and we're streaming to both YouTube and D Live. So give us a shout there. Bitcoin there at 15,230. Ether at 444. Listen, I think that Ether under 500 is attractive, and Ether under 0.03 Bitcoin is attractive as well. So you know. I could see Ether climbing over 500 by the end of the year, and I could see it maybe reaching 0.04 or maybe even 0.05 soon, Bitcoin wise. Again, that's just my opinion. You know, I could be wrong. Ripple there at 0.25, Chainlink 1271, Bitcoin Cash 256, Binance 2810, Polkadot 437. Are we up to date here? I feel like Polkadot was number 9. No, Polkadot moved forward. So Polkadot there is 438. I want to know more about Polkadot, guys, because I don't see anybody using it, but it's lingering around. So, let me know. I've heard good things about it, but, I don't know much about it. My understanding it's, another Ethereum competitor. And it's interesting that, Polkadot pulled ahead of Cardano. Litecoin at 57, Cardano at 10, EOS at 249, Monero at 115, and Tron 0.02. Dr. Puff and stuff says Vitalik put almost half of the ETH in there so far. I'm not sure if that's true or not. My understanding, Puff and stuff, is that he threw 3,200 ETH. Maybe I'm wrong, but there's 50,000 ETH in here. So I don't know. Maybe it makes sense. He throw 32 times 10. He wants to run 10 nodes, which is not that crazy, considering he must have like hundreds of ETH or thousands of ETH, obviously. So. Right now we got 50,000 ETH in that contract. So I don't know if the majority of that is from Vitalik or not, but a nice 3,200 at least of it is from Vitalik. Let's see who the movers are. So you can see on the 7-day chart. Wow, it's interesting. Civic moving up a lot. Civic does like biometrics on the blockchain and ID or whatever. I always thought this one's kind of dystopian, kind of 1984-ish. And considering the climate now, Civic is always one that I've thought may be used by a government. So keep an eye on that one. Aave's up, both the new and the old. Synthetics yearn, so those DeFis are gaining weight again. Decentraland, I like this one. I've talked about Decentraland many times. This is a virtual reality where you can buy virtual reality land space over there and build. Golem is up. Solana banned. So there's a lot of DeFi ones that are moving. But as you can see here, Celsius is moving. Ether up 15% compared to Bitcoin that's up only 12% in the past week. But how about it? Chainlink keeps moving too. Chainlink, don't sleep on the linkers, guys. I'll tell you that much. I'm not stacking Link crazy. I mean, although we've gotten in and out of it. But Link is performing like a slugger. Now these other coins, it's nice that they're moving, but they're highly volatile. Shout out to Celsius though. How about it? I've watched Celsius grow. Shout out to Rafterman and friends. Celsius was once like a number 80, 90 coin, and this thing keeps steadily rising. So yeah, that's good to see. Chicago Coin D. And shout out to Christozilla. Before I went online, I was checking out your link about the shofar trumpet sound. The thing was really relaxing. And although I've heard of it, I didn't know much about it, and I was able to listen to the sound, relax a little bit, and learn a little bit more about those trumpets made out of ram's horns. Yeah, it's awesome. So shout out to Christozilla. Totally random point here, but he had linked it before yesterday on the show, so shout out to you. I was thinking of like even adding some of that into the intro while we sound the sirens. But yeah, let me add we got 3 people here. Let me add I added the 50 lemons. So you can see Wall Street Journal. Here's McConnell backing Trump. This thing is not over, guys. I'll tell you this much. Don't believe the media, and we already know that. But this thing's not over. Now I'll tell you, it's still, a small chance that, this changes its outcome, the projected outcome. But, it's definitely not over. Okay. Don't put the whole bank on it. I would say there's about a 10% chance this thing may change. But, it's nevertheless, there's a chance. I don't think it's a slam dunk, guys. Christozilla said he just tweeted, "We will win." Yeah. Okay. So yeah, it's not over. The game's not over. McConnell, he's the Republican leader, and he's Senate Majority Leader. He says that Trump is 100% within his rights to continue his legal challenges. Take Donnie's balls to do that. Yeah. I mean, listen, we always said that Donnie had the balls. I mean, that's one thing. Now how this all pans out, I really don't know, and let it be in the Lord's hands. Hopefully everything comes out in the Lord's favor. That's all I got to say. But yeah, it's definitely don't just take the mainstream media at hand. Al Gore was the president-elect according to the media for 30 plus days, guys. 30 plus days. Okay, before the Supreme Court came in and overruled it. So the game is not over, guys. The game is not over here. So, it's interesting to see how the courts rule. And I think maybe SCOTUS is going to have to get involved. SCOTUS may have to get involved out there. And it seems like SCOTUS may favor Donnie. I don't know. Either way, let's see. Let's keep an eye on it. And the stock markets are kind of just sideways right now, as is Bitcoin and Ethereum. Gold is moving a bit. Let me pass out these lemons, guys. Shout out to all the D-Live maniacs. Shout out to Christozilla once again. That shofar trumpet sound is very relaxing. I appreciate that. So, I do check the links, guys. I really do. You drop them. I may not check them immediately, but before I went online today, I clicked it. I was vibing to the sound. So thanks so much there, Christozilla. Let me pass out these lemons. Go to dlive.tv/champagne crypto and let's make it happen. Distribute rewards. Click claim rewards, guys. See who the lucky winner is there. Boom. No one won today. Boom. All right. You got to click claim rewards. Oscar's here. He says, who's Scottish? I don't know who that is. But shout out to Oscar. Good morning, sir. Oh, okay. You're probably asking, like, who's from Scotland? Like, who's Scottish? I'm not sure if we have any Scots here in the chat box, but shout out to you if you're out there. Christozilla said it, the notification never came up. Well, I'll run it again, but it takes about 15 minutes to reset. So let's run CoinDesk. SEC Commissioner Pierce, the crypto mom, says regulations should be slow, though crypto rules could be faster. New regulations take time to allow for public feedback, SEC Commissioner Hester Pierce said at Coinbase Bitcoin for Advisors Conference. She's blockchain friendly, but, I don't know if that means crypto friendly. Three reasons Bitcoin has rallied over 60% in just 2 months. Let's see what they say here. Increased institutional participation. We know that. A lot of institutions have been packing and stacking, including MicroStrategy. Supply crunch. That's obvious. There's a limited supply. And what else? Technical breakout. Bitcoin's bullish bias strengthened following the crypto's convincing break over 12.5 in the third week of October. Back then, many analysts had pointed to 12.5 as the level to beat for the bulls. That's because crypto had declined sharply following a rejection at 12.5. So, yeah, I never heard that number 12.5, but you know what we were right about? It didn't hang out at 13 that long, guys. I told you, I was like, I don't think it's going to hang here at 13 much longer. And we broke through 13 and 14. So, I mean, it definitely exceeded my expectations. Shout out to Mola. He says, hello, champ. I don't ETH 2.0 released this year. Well, we're waiting. The contract here is already open. You could see it right here. The balance is 50,000 Ether, and the balance needs to grow to 500,000 Ether and change before they unlock the next step. So if that happens this year or next year, I don't know. It just depends on how long it takes for the Ether to move in this contract. This opened up just a few days ago and it already has 50,000 ETH. We're about 10% there. So, some people said that it may unlock in December. Some are waiting for January. But nevertheless, I mean, there's progress being made and it's a little bit more than just talk. And I believe that this rumor, that this extra step, this anticipation is building and it will continue to drive Ether's price. And it seems like Ether will be outperforming Bitcoin here in the next few, by slightly though, not by much. And it's not, to me, it's not Bitcoin against Ether against Bitcoin or anything like that. I'm stacking both of them, but I'm identifying Ether here as slightly a faster mover, perhaps. Okay. And that's important to me because I'm a little bit more confident long-term in Bitcoin as we've been around in Bitcoin longer. It's got that first mover advantage, but don't sleep on ETH, guys. I'm telling you, don't sleep on ETH. I can see the price moving up. Shout out to Typo. Good morning. Bitcoin and ETH are good partners. Yeah. I mean, they're not against each other. It's not one or the other. I'm talking about both of them. I want both of them. So, by a rule of thumb, most people have a little bit more Bitcoin and ETH. Bitcoin's been around a little longer and market cap's, substantially bigger, but Ether is moving, in my opinion. As I've said all this year, I started rebuying at 170 and boom, 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 it keeps moving. And last year when I was telling you guys, DeFi is going to be the talk of the town, DeFi, and indeed it rocked the boat after Bitcoin's halving in May. So this ETH 2.0, guys, it's going to continue to move the ETH price. And let's see. Now, the big question here is that what's to be done once ETH 2.0 is released? Do you go ahead and stake, or do you take profit, wait for the dip, buy back in, and then stake after that? Let's say, the price of ETH keeps going up. I don't know. And it's like 800 or 900. Let's round it off to $1,000 and ETH 2.0 unlocks, and the price of ETH is $1,000. Let's say, I would expect for it to be kind of a sell the news event. Maybe I'm wrong, but I would consider that. Sell the news, wait for the dip. Maybe it pulls back to like 700, 600 or something like that, or maybe a 30% dip, and that could be an opportunity to buy back in, and then at that point start staking. So I don't know. It's something I'll consider, but I'm getting a little bit ahead of myself here. Either way, right now, I'm considering more ETH. Okay. And then as far as these other little platforms, these staking platforms, I'm still in T2X. I'm not really throwing any more at it. I have like 10 stakes there active. They're all small and they're working. I'll show you in just a moment. GXY, I only had one stake and I forgot about that one. And then DSP, forget about that as well. So the only thing on Tron I'm excited about, or not even excited about, just steady staking with, is T2X. Okay, I ended up moving half of my not half, but a chunk of my Tron that was in my wallet there and straight up into Bitcoin a few days ago. Okay, take profit, rebuy the dip. Yeah, I'm thinking about that, Dr. Puff and stuff, because we've been around for a while, and you know how these things move. There's a big chance that Ether will dump once ETH 2.0 unlocks. Now, not a crazy dump. I mean, 15 to 20%, which is not crazy in the crypto space. Maybe a little bit more, but I don't know. Shout out to Rafter, man. He's back. Congratulations there on Celsius. I just mentioned you earlier. Celsius is moving, Rafter, man. Typo's asking after the PayPal rise. Yeah, that's one thing that I haven't been talking about much. I mean, we mentioned it, but it certainly seems like PayPal did put a little bit of a rocket booster on Bitcoin, because right after PayPal started talking about Bitcoin, it really started moving, I got to say. So that is another factor contributing to the price, in my opinion. So, it's a perfect storm right now for not only Bitcoin, but Ether and, the big cap coins. And then you got the smaller cap DeFi coins that have moved like no other, your Yearns, your Aves and others. But again, those to me are still very much more volatile than Bitcoin and ETH. You don't know. You can get clapped. I mean, just as fast as it goes up 30, 40%, it can go down that fast as well. I mean, you're holding an asset, you get clapped 30%. It's gonna take you 40-50% gains to come back where you were. You know what I mean? So something to consider. That's why I moved some of the Tron into Bitcoin, and that's why I haven't gone crazy in buying those DeFis. 100%. I remember even the bull market Bitcoin and ETH could go up 50% one day, then down 30, then up 30 the day after, just over and over. Absolutely. So I would expect some volatility there in Ether once we unlock, but we're not unlocked yet. So and we're still under $500 here with ETH and at 0.029 Bitcoin price. So we topped off back in September at 0.04, almost a fifth of a Bitcoin. I think that Ethereum could eventually be a tenth of a Bitcoin. Okay. So keep your eyes on it. Although the technicals are not favorable right now, which is interesting to me compared to like the Bitcoin technicals here. Let's see how they are. They're a little more favorable. Yeah, they're a lot more favorable. Buy, strong buy. Yeah, they're a lot more favorable than ETH's technicals. But again, I don't think that those technicals are reading into the room or the news. You know what I mean? So it's something to consider. I'll be stacking both, but I'm a little bit more bullish on ETH right now. Yeah, Bitcoin is near the all-time high, but Ether is not, and Ether keeps moving. Excited for the crypto boom in December and January. Champ is still going. Boom! Shout out to Currency. Boom! Drop another one. Boom! With the 10 USD. Boom! Thank you so much, Currency. Stay strong over there. Guys, follow Currency. He's still going strong. Dropping the content every single day. I appreciate you, Currency. One of the few YouTubers that shows love. There's only a couple that actually show up to bat and they show love. I appreciate Currency, so go show him love, guys. I think he's got a Patreon still going, and he drops more than just crypto content. It's overall world economic content that you guys should tune into. And I know he's a believer in the good Lord as well, so kaboom to you. But yeah, so 15,115, we're doing good. And what can we say, guys? I'm very, very happy of the Bitcoin price. I'll be honest, I didn't expect it to be at 15,000 right now. I'm happy. You know me, we're above 10,000 and I'm happy. I'm telling you, I was like, do we have to conquer 10K, 10K, 10K? And it seems like we've conquered it. It seems like we've conquered 10K. We've been above 10K since, September. It hasn't been that long. So, if we could maintain above 10,000 throughout the new year, I'd feel a lot better. But anything's still on the table. But I do agree that 12.5 resistance seemed to be another technical indicator that propelled the price. So funny to hear we're still under 500. Yeah. Price of Ether still under 500. So, in my opinion, it's still a good deal. All right, I'll take a few more comments and questions, and I'll go ahead and lock out. I don't have much to say today. I mean, just keeping my eyes out on Ether, stacking. I've got some Ys. That's the only, and I'm going to mention it on all the broadcasts, because as far as, just to be clear, as far as, my strategy right now is to continue to accumulate Bitcoin and ETH, DCA, more ETH than Bitcoin at this time. I'll keep an eye on the little Tron stakers, but I'm not very excited about that as of late. I may throw a couple $100 or anything, but the only one that I'm a little bit more aggressive as far as the speculation side and, more of the riskier side is Wise. This is the one that I've, kind of, I don't want to say gambling, but it's more on that side, the more speculation side, So I got a few ETH. I'll throw another ETH at this. And tomorrow is the first day. So tomorrow this thing starts. Minting tokens. You won't be able to actually stake in the platform till January, but you can start reserving coins as of tomorrow is the first day. So I got 1 ETH over there on day 5. Not coming up for whatever reason. Yeah, but there it is. Check this one out, guys. Let me know how you feel about it. And shout out to everybody that's used a referral. You get 10%. So, I always mention this because I use referrals as well. when it comes to this one. But yeah, besides the T2, let me pull up T2X there on Tron. Besides T2X on Tron, this is the only other one that I'm really speculating on. And T2X on Tron, it's like I'm just playing with it because I have very small amount. There's like in some instances it's less than $100 stakes, so it's almost insignificant. This is more for fun. T2X links is down below. And as far as the bankroll platform, I don't got anything bad to say about it, but for some reason I'm not staking over there. I'm gonna do a video about impermanent loss, DeFi farming, staking, and my overall opinions on everything, because it may not be what people would expect it to be, and it may not even be as bad as some people think it is. I think we need to relook at that space. Or maybe not relook at it, or just reconsider what the gains could be. But as a rule of thumb, in summary, I find one of the best strategies, guys, instead of like always using all the platform or anything, it's just like, buy the rumor, sell the news. And, try to get your profits sooner than later. When you start getting too romanced by a token and its idea, and like you're already ready to like hold it for a year and it hasn't even opened up. I don't know if that's the best strategy. Now, you may find that needle in the haystack and really kaboom it, but the majority of the new tokens, guys, don't survive. It's like 90% plus of them don't survive. So, considering that statistic, I don't know if that number's accurate, but somewhere around that ballpark, I would say the majority don't survive. Considering that, it's probably wise to take your profits and keep moving. But we'll see. Shout out to Rafterman, 2 USD. I appreciate that, Rafterman. Kaboom. Rafterman dropping the ducats in the bucket. Guys, if you're getting value from the stream, make sure you go ahead and follow Rafterman's lead. You can also go over here to DLive and shoot Tron or BTT. The Ethereum address is down below if you want to shoot Ether. And more. I appreciate all you maniacs. But DAO going to survive? I don't know. I don't really use it, and I don't know much about it. I have no idea, Typo, because I really don't use it. I haven't been up to date with it. Edgar says, you're feeling on ETH, please. I've been talking about it the entire stream. Hit rewind. I'm bullish on ETH. I like it. I think the potential is there. ETH all-time high is 1,400. Now, one thing to consider here is that although I'm bullish and a lot of people are bullish, the technicals for ETH are not favorable right now. Okay? Although I feel favorable, and my opinion is bullish right now. ETH against Bitcoin is not favorable. Perhaps maybe it's because Bitcoin is moving right now. I still think that Ether will outperform Bitcoin. I mean, it certainly has this week. Now let's look at the technicals. ETH against USD and see if that's any different. I'd still sell. No, that's ETH Classic. Excuse me, I'm on the wrong one here. Yeah, ETH against USD is a buy. This one's still a buy. So the technicals favor Bitcoin, okay? But, if you're buying ETH with USD, these technicals are still strong, USD-wise. Now, if you're buying it with Bitcoin, they're not as favorable. But I would argue that there could be something here. I mean, I still think that Ether against Bitcoin is undervalued. So drop a comment. Let me know what you feel out there. Edgar, Typo, Rafterman, the rest of the boomers tuning in. But yeah, I'm bullish on ETH. I want more ETH. Typo's here. Edgar's here. Rafterman and the rest of the boomers. Allergies here in Massachusetts. Got to go. Have a great day. Shout out to Typo. Have an excellent day. Kaboom to you. Hope you're feeling better out there. And if you're having heavy allergies, you may want to consider fasting, okay, and eating less carbohydrates. You'll be surprised. I mean, if you go on a ketogenic diet, some of those allergies may subside. Now, I'm not a doc, but those things have helped the champ in the past. So consider that. And on that note, I think I'm going to keep it moving, guys. Shout out to everybody out there. Stay strong. I will be working out. Not today. Today's my day off. I did the workout yesterday. I'm back, guys. I'm back. I'm so excited. I'm happy. I finally got a used barbell, Olympic barbell. I got some Olympic weight plates. I got the 45s. I got the 35s, the 25s. I just got to pick up some 10s and some 5s. But I got the weight there. I even picked up a squat rack. Disassembled, all beat up and old, but I'm thinking of restoring it. But for now, I'm deadlifting. I'm back. I'm so excited. I'm happy, and I can only say out there to you guys, make sure that you are self-sustainable and don't depend on anything else, because you depend on the gym, then they hit you with the lockdown, they hit you with the masks, and then you slow down on your progress. So the more you could do for yourself, the less you are reliant on someone else, the better for you, guys. So I'm trying to get less reliant on the gym and continue to stack the equipment here so that I can perform my exercises at home. And I'm so happy. I'm so happy, guys. That's all I got to say. I have enough for 2 nodes, says Dr. Puff and stuff. I'm bullish too, but I'm going to try to sell and buy back in here soon, probably. Yeah, I'm considering that too, Dr. Puff and stuff. I don't think it's the time yet. I think we need to, I think the time will be closer to when ETH 2.0 debuts. But, let's keep an eye on it. But it's nice to see that you're thinking along the same lines as me. Rafterman dollar cost averages Bitcoin weekly and ETH and LTC monthly. Excellent. I think that's the route to go. It's definitely the route to go, especially for someone like Rafterman. I assume that you're still pushing the truck out there and you're working most of the time. I'm assuming a guy like Rafterman doesn't have as much time as someone like myself to be looking at all the little Tron stakers, all the little baby altcoins, those little small cap coins that may 5, 10x. Some of them work, some of them don't. And, instead of consuming most of your trying to find that needle in the haystack, I like Rafterman's strategy of just sticking with the big dogs every week or every month. Dr. Puff and stuff says 800 or 1K-ish is what I'm waiting for. Yeah, that's a little high, but I think that we can get there. I'm waiting for something over 500. I want to see it go over 5, and we'll reevaluate then. But yeah, you may be right. We could go around 800 to 1,000. That's obviously possible. I mean, being 1,400, the all-time high, this thing could even probably exceed. I don't know. Exactly. Celsius helps my returns on coin. Yeah, excellent strategy you got there, Rafterman. I agree with your strategy, 1,000. And you know what? We got to give Rafterman a call back soon, one of these days. We had Marlon on the line. I had to cut it off a little early because I had the roofers show up. But I think I'm going to give Rafterman a call sooner than later, maybe sometime next week, just to touch base with him. And then after that, maybe another week we can call Marlon, or we can get somebody else on the line. It's fun. If you want me to give you a call out there, just email me, champagnecrypto@gmail. Shoot me your phone number. I'll keep everything anonymous. I'll just give you a call anonymous and put the phone up to the mic, and you can chop it up with me if you like. It's totally up to you. But we certainly did it with Rafterman and with Marlon in the past, and it was good. But yeah, Rafterman had let us know about Celsius and how he's making some gains. Now, that is a centralized platform. But nevertheless, it's a centralized platform that has earned his trust and others' trust. So, I'm going to keep my eye on it. I would keep my eye on Celsius as well as BlockFi offers some good APRs that I'm hearing good things about. Rafterman says, I missed Marlon's call. Yeah, it was, I think it was last week or maybe a week and a half, maybe two, no more than 2 weeks ago, I would say. And we chopped it up for about 20, 30 minutes, but I had a roof leak that week, and the roofer showed up, and I forgot what day it was. It was a couple weeks ago, maybe last week. But it's somewhere there. And he was on, like, talking about Tron and the stuff that he was doing, and we had him on for a while, but then I had to cut him off because the people were knocking on the door. But we got to talk, though. We got to talk at least 20 minutes. Yeah, but maybe we'll give Rafterman a call back and Marlon as well. And anybody else that wants to get on the horn, we could do that. But on that note, guys, ETH 2.0, we're patiently waiting. You could read more about ETH 2.0 on CoinDesk. Hold on, where is that? I had that article pulled up. Yeah, I wish I knew what day, Rafterman, but I have no idea. I mean, I'm doing several videos a day in some instances, so I know it's some week before. And here's the little more information about ETH 2.0 if you want to read it in its entirety. But as a summary, ETH 2.0 deposit contract is now live. The deposit contract needs to receive a little bit more than 500,000 Ethereum before the next action is kicked into step, what is called the Genesis event of Ether 2.0. The event is expected within the next few weeks, it says here. I don't know. I mean, let's see. That event is expected in the next few weeks. So in the next few weeks, this thing may unlock. Some people don't believe it, but tracking the contract here, we're only 50,000 ETH in. We need over 500,000, so let's keep an eye on that. And on that note, I'm out of here, guys. Shout out to all the boomers out there. I'm excited about ETH, Bitcoin, and make sure you check out my Wise token links down below. I'm excited about this project. It's one that I'm speculating on. This one is a speculation. It's one of those is that it's a higher risk, in my opinion. But as far as stacking and packing, it's ETH and Bitcoin. ETH and Bitcoin. And on that note, I'm out of here. Rafterman says he'll believe it when I see it. I'm still bullish on ETH. Yeah, but you know what? I mean, even Vitalik moved stuff into this contract. I mean, there's something going on here. There's something going on here. And nevertheless, whether it unlocks or not, I think that the rumor is enough to drive the price up. So that's what we're banking on. And on that note, I'm out of here, guys. Shout out to Rafterman, Dr. Puff and stuff, and the rest of the boomers, Christozilla. Thank you for that video again, Christozilla with the shofar trumpets. That was definitely soothing to hear, and I'm glad I got to learn more about that. Thank you so much for that, Christozilla. From crypto to Christo. How about that? What else did I hit here? And Bitcoin looking good. So, yeah, I hit all the beats, guys. Shout out to all the boomers. I'll see you guys tomorrow. It's the voice of the blockchain, Satoshi's big cousin, crypto's finest. Champagne.